Hello, welcome back to my channel. Luke and Connect are with me here again today. Why is my live chat not showing? There you go. Luke and Connect are with me here again today. So we're playing against Nottingham Forest later, well, tomorrow, should I say. But I actually want to talk about something else first. We beat Plymouth and Liverpool didn't. So now Liverpool beat PSG. They beat us. So obviously that means we've improved, right? Because now we've beaten Plymouth. We're now better than PSG. Is that how it works?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so go check out these channels, of course. Hello, Wim. Hello. Luke is close apparently to the 1,000. What are you on right now, Luke?
955. Or not far off now.
Very close. You're very close.
So we're getting there.
You're getting there. So I actually saw something interesting, and there's a lot of news suddenly about this, and I have no idea where it comes from. Dino as assistant manager for the Man City. Suddenly, this news is all over the place. I have no idea where it comes from, but I suppose I'll ask you both your questions here as we go around circle. I know he completed his managerial badges or something. I saw something about that. He completed his badges recently. So I know that happened. I have no idea where this news came from. Luke, you can start on this one.
Yeah, well, I know the guy himself. He's actually a Brazilian. I think he's actually a Brazilian journalist. I think works for the Portuguese side of City Extra. And he reported the actual exclusive properly to City Extra. Obviously, that was then put out, and I haven't checked with him personally, but I do know. I do trust if from a Brazilian side, it's probably a lot of truth behind it. And for me, brilliant, because we need someone like him in that backroom staff. We need the mentality back in this team. I think Lilo ain't the guy for me. Every time he's come in, there's been a few issues in there.
I think he always had a difficult job because I don't think people give Arteta enough credit for what he did as an assistant. Because I think
as well.
You're right. I think Arteta and sorry for interrupting. I'll allow you to go again. I think Arteta is one of those people who does very well when he has someone else above him. I think about a historical example, and I do this a lot. Marshal Ney. He was a brilliant commander for Napoleon. But Napoleon famously said, he's great when he's my lieutenant, but give him high command and all his talents crumble away. I think Arteta is like that. He's very good as a lieutenant. Give him the reins, he can't handle it. I think coming into that, trying to replace that, people don't respect enough how difficult that was. And I think he was not the type of person to do that. I don't think he had the personality or the skills to do that. Ronaldinho, now we don't know if he has the skills, obviously, because he's only just completed his badges, but he's definitely the personality you need there, isn't it?
100%. And I think as well is he's a former captain of the club. So he and look, the fans will always love him. Anyway, well, that doesn't sit anyway for how long he was there for.
Yeah,
I trust him to come in and do a good job anyway. I think as well having Ferner there with like Diaz, Haaland, Rodri. Well, I think Kev says one more deal probably, one more year deal probably. I can't see the way it's going, especially with the whole Verts news right now and the up in the air. I wouldn't let go of KDB just yet. I give him maybe one more year with Echeverry just to give Echeverry a chance to work under him. And then next season, second one to Kev is like 35, and then get on to someone else. But I think Fernandinho and maybe Iniesta, what I'm hearing as well, but Iniesta link with it as well.
I've not seen about that actually.
Yeah,
that was
that was not confirmed yet, but from what I've been hearing rumblings about that for about the past couple of months, but it's been kind of like waiting to hear about it. But if his badge has been done as well, I wouldn't surprise me if Pep brings him on board with Dino, and that'd be brilliant, especially someone like Foden. Having Iniesta coaching him obviously as well and sort of helping him out for it, it gives a lot of these young players a real like someone to sort of aspire to. Imagine Iniesta and De Bruyne, on the same sort of fit.
Absolutely, and obviously Scott Carson said as well.
Of course, yeah, Scott Carson.
I won't say, because here's the thing, right? And chat we got as well from Dashield. Defensive midfielders make for the great managers, not necessarily. Here's the thing. He was a great player, so I'm not really sure what I need to expect from him as management-wise, assistant manager. But I'm happy that he would, if he's being an assistant manager, under the assumption that Pep will leave, and then probably Vincent Company comes in, because here's my thought process. I think if we see Fernandinho come in as assistant, you probably want, because Pep is on his last year next year, you probably want to replace that with someone that Fernandinho is familiar with, Vincent Company. Now, he's doing better than I expected against Leverkusen in Champions League. Let's see how good Company ends up doing in Champions League. I'm not saying I want Company, because I actually don't, but if he continues to do well in Champions League and continues to win Bundesliga titles, I see no reason why we shouldn't go in for Company. What do you think, Connect?
Yeah, I think Company's obviously still a little bit unproven in a managerial respect, because obviously he was with Burnley last season and he got the Bayern job, which is quite the bounce up. And fair play to him, he's not doing too bad. He's top of the Bundesliga. I've always been a little bit on the fence with him, because he's on the face of it, he's doing a good job. But is he doing a good job because he's got a brilliant squad, or is he doing a good job because his tactics are brilliant? And
yeah,
I think
you can say that about Pep as well.
Yeah, I know, but it's been proven between a vast amount of years, which is why I think give Company a couple more seasons at Bayern, see how he does, see if he really is that top guy, and then potentially we can potentially when it is time for Pep to leave, maybe then we can have a serious look at Company. And yeah, if he does well at Bayern, then I see no reason why we shouldn't look at him.
Did you have a stroke rule? So how long does Pep have left on his contract? 2027, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
How long does?
Yeah.
2027.
From what I've heard of that, though, now with me, right, I think next season, if he can turn it around with Dino and maybe who else comes in the backroom staff, I think we'll see the Pep that we all know back again. I think Pep needs someone different to challenge him, because look at the times where we had good teams: Arteta, Centurions team, Maresca treble team, and obviously before that was in 21-22 when we had those good teams then. Where he changes it up with someone who actually challenged him and challenged him on decisions, like Dino probably will.
Yeah,
is what you need, because I think he thrives on that. But think, you know what, you probably bang on there. I'll put Echeverrians on that, or put Savinho there. And also as well, Husanar, Vitor Hayes, there's someone there that I can talk to, someone there that can mentor them as well. For me, this is a no-brainer. This is a complete no. I think this is probably one of our biggest moves of the window, probably. A change-up in the coaching staff, which is probably what we need most of all, one of the squad. So I'm all for it myself. I'm all for it.
Yeah, same.
Pep needs, I got this from Dossilt, Pep needs someone who isn't his ex-player to challenge him. Because obviously we all know that ex-players from Pep Guardiola have a great amount of respect for him. But my counter-argument to that is Dossilt, and I don't know if you to agree, De Bruyne told Pep to shut up, and Pep shut up. So Pep does respect his players too. It's a two-way street. I think if it's, like, let's say we get throw me a random name here. Old player that's about to retire, Ramos. Let's say we get Sergio Ramos in as assistant manager. I think he's got the personality to challenge Pep. I think he's got his unique ideas. Sure, that will be fine. I don't see any reason why Fernandinho would not be fine. He would speak to Pep if he disagrees. I don't think.
Yeah,
he's been captain. And even as captain, he's kind of done that. I don't think it necessarily has to be someone who has never played under Pep. I don't think that's a prerequisite. Don't know if you two agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. And yeah, I don't really see Werner being the silent type. If he sees something he doesn't agree with, I think he will speak up if he sees something he's not on board with, and we'll try and bring something else in to counter it, which is, I think, exactly what we need, to be honest.
Yes. And I just think, like, I look at Fernandinho, these guys are winners. How many Premier League titles does he have? 5, I believe, 6. He was here in 2012, right?
I think it's 5. 5. He's got 5.
5 Premier League titles. Like, this man is a winner. This man wants to win titles. This man will not be like, oh, I respect Pep so much, I'm not going to tell him I disagree. This man will tell Pep, look, I want to win this title. You're doing it wrong. This is what you need to fix up. these
also as
winners,
well,
yeah. Go ahead.
also as well with Fernandinho, he's a lot of respect of young Brazilian players as well. You'll see a lot of them come, and especially for Argentina, especially from the World, we could probably sign the next best players from those two countries, and we could get them into the team. I think South America right now is probably going through a real change up of like players coming through. I'm noticing a lot more now, like Brazil, Argentina. If we can start making these players come into our team, and we make them not necessarily Kaiki, but Savinho, Echeverri, players like that who are young that are going to become better and better for us.
We have been very popular for South American players, haven't we?
Exactly.
Agüero, Otamendi, Negredo, Fernandinho. It's Spanish. Oh my days. Howlett. Who did I say? Fernandinho, of course. We've had a lot of South Americans, haven't we?
Yeah.
Alvarez as well.
Alvarez
now,
of course.
Yeah.
We bring in quite a few South Americans.
Yeah.
One second, I need to look this up. My life is a lie.
And for me,
in Spanish. Oh my days.
Bringing these players through is big because I think, look, obviously we want the experienced players as well, but also the youth is helpful because obviously, look, a rebuild's a rebuild, but you can't just put loads of experience in one go. You've got to put experience and youth because you've got to grow the team up as well. So I'm all for Dino coming in, and I'm all for like other young players coming in the summer as well, also experienced players as well. I think more players will lead to some that actually come in. That's fine. It's more. I think we'll do a bit more clear out rather than actually players coming in though. But
yeah, absolutely. Like the one thing I will say is obviously Fergie won his treble with a relatively young team. So if they're good enough, right? But I think we have a few experienced players there. I believe Coutinho stay. I think he's the only old midfielder there that will stay, unless De Bruyne and Wirtz get that unless we get that like De Bruyne and Wirtz deal done. So I do think we'll have some experience there. Ruben Dias is obviously experienced. He's going nowhere. Ederson, I'm actually not sure about what's going to happen with him. It's a bit weird. Do we have like news about looking for a goalkeeper? There's a lot of news about new goalkeepers in there.
Yeah.
So I think Ederson might be leaving, which is unfortunate. I think he still has a year left in him, but I think he's been very exposed this season by his defense. But obviously,
he doesn't want to be here, mate. So he doesn't want to be here anymore. Look, and if that's the case, Chevalier, Costa, something like that, bring him in. Young goalkeeper, grow him through. Go from there.
That's absolutely. So the only places where I'm looking for a bit more experience would be then, like we have it in midfield, Rodri, of course, coming back from injury. I mean, right back, let's assume without wing backs, we bring in Cambiaso or Theo Hernandez or maybe both. I mean, we have experience there. So then, like, the attack, is that inexperienced? Not really. Marmoush, Foden, Haaland, like, these guys are getting older now. Haaland is 25 next season.
Here's a question, though, Alf, and to catch as well. Yeah. Do you remember that Centurions team? De Bruyne and Silva weren't 10s; they were 8s. Now, if you're going back to that system again, don't get 10s, get 8s. 2 8s that can do that role, because I think that's what. If we're going back to wingers down the wing to Haaland, which is what I want to see, because that's how Haaland will play well. You got to get 2 strong box midfielders that go in that position. Now, is Wirtz an 8 or is he a 10?
Well, the question is, De Bruyne is also 10. Like, Florian Wirtz is very similar to De Bruyne, and Florian Wirtz is definitely.
I'm not saying they get Wirtz by the way. I'm just saying that if we're going to get 8s, we've got to be sure that we get someone in who could do that role. Not just any old 10.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely better so at this age than De Bruyne was at the same age.
Oh, yeah.
Players develop differently, so he might already be at the limit of his development. But what I'll say is, I don't think that's an issue for the Wirtz. I think he can play as an 8. It's not his natural position. I think he can do it. Just as De Bruyne, his natural
something he can be adapted into, I reckon, as well.
Yeah. definitely. I think he can adapt into that. He also has good work rate. If you watch Bayer Leverkusen a few times, he gives his heart for the team. The only thing he lacked in his third, in like that invincible season, and sometimes he could be bullied off the ball. But if you watch him this season, he's still getting bullied off the ball a bit sometimes, but he's a lot better in that regard. He's improving that way. So I think Florian Wirtz can definitely adapt into being an 8. We have no one of KDB. We have De Bruyne. Not going that. We have no one of De Bruyne Silva quality. I mean, if we get Florian Wirtz and have De Bruyne there for one more season, then let's assume we play them 60-30, as I've been saying since the summer. I think that could work. Foden as the 8 there. I mean, if he plays better next season, I think it works. We also have Nico Gonzalez and Rodri together. Nico Gonzalez and Rodri can both play as a 6 and a 8. Rodri can play anywhere in midfield. You could play Rodri at striker, he'd still be good. That's how consistent this man is. But I think we can play a lot of different systems if we get like a few of these players in. Think what I want here is I want to see a manager have 3 different systems. And then you come up against a low block and he's like, oh yeah, halfway through the game, switch system. I watched Michel Preud'homme growing up at Standard. You were battering Standard all game. Michel Preud'homme, 20 minutes, gets all his players together. Now we're going to switch system. Everyone is confused, they're going through you. A manager like that, and it's incredibly difficult to do that at the highest level. In Belgian League, that works a bit easier because managers are low level. But if doing that, you absolutely blow teams away. And if you can do that, you need incredible players to do that. But if you have those players, absolutely, I think we can do that. I would prefer something more similar to the... I'm not sure, treble season I preferred, actually. Maybe not the exact same, but maybe treble season, but a bit more explosive wingers. That's something I prefer than actually the Centurion season, because I think the treble season we were, that is the best Man City team I've ever seen. I think the Centurions team gets battered by the treble team. Like treble season, of course, we started off week, but like look at the end of that treble season. That team battered the Centurions, in my opinion. I can't lie.
Yeah, I think as well. The issue is as well. What we've got to look at is I think I'm not saying go full on Centurions. I think you got to try and do a mix of both, because I think Haaland at the end of the day, right, will be the guy here longer than most players left in his team. Maybe Foden there as well. So you got to play the Haaland strengths. You have to. You can't just keep hoping that he gets. I mean, the fact that he's got 126 goals or something like that in how many games he's played, and he's been barely played many chances to him in the box already. Play to his strengths. Probably get double that. So we've got to make sure that we do play with strengths going forward. It has to be the priority now. We can't be, I'm all for Pep playing a style of play, but you've got to.
If I look at the wingers, though, like Savinho coming in, ridiculous crossing ability, like we saw that to both week. Doku, I mean, final product is lacking, but we saw recently, we saw recently against Spurs that he does have that final ball in sometimes. I'm looking at a few other players there. Oscar Bob when he's back from injury. We have two wingers to play to Haaland's strengths. Marmoush, a player who, in his own words, loves playing behind the striker. I think we have to play there to play to Haaland's strengths. And then we got unlucky with, well, not unlucky, it was poor management with that midfield there. I think we are adapting to play to Haaland's strengths. I think we're already doing that. All we have to do is tidy up midfield now, get a right back, preferably a left back as well, because Aki is probably leaving. So, and we can't keep playing Guardiola left back. Like, I think he has to start going centre back. He will be the Stones replacement long term, I think. I'm giving you guys a bunch of things to go over. Go ahead.
Oh man, the style of play situation is going to be such a probably a bit of a headache, because I think you're probably both right with, especially what Luke said with combining almost the 17-18. Well, not necessarily combining, but taking aspects from both, putting it into one team. But I think playing to Haaland's strengths and all that, I think we've absolutely got to. Like you mentioned, Savinho's crossing ability. If he can like nail that on every single cross. We've got someone truly incredible on our wings, and yeah, like you say, Doku and his final product. Obviously needs working on, but yeah, fix the midfield. I think in the summer, get it sorted, clear out who you need to clear out, and bring in who you need to bring in. Make sure that they're the right guy. Recently in midfield, we have had a couple of not great signings: Calvin Phillips, Mateus Nunes. That's like around.
I almost feel sorry for Mateus Nunes.
That's like 85 million worth of midfielder that hasn't really worked out for us.
Yeah.
So it's something to watch out for. Midfield, of course, it's a difficult place to buy for, especially in this team, calling what we demand for. But we've got to get it right next time. And right back, yeah, absolutely, bring in a solid right back and bring in left back. If you want to keep playing Vardy or left back, you've got to get someone that can at least rotate with him, because the fact that he's not gotten injured this season is a true miracle, and we need it to keep going. Yeah.
He didn't have to back getting injured for a little while, but like I was like all season long, I was saying Haaland is going to get injured at some point, and that what's annoying, yeah. In the game where he did get injured, that was Newcastle, right? Where he got injured.
Yeah.
I was saying like, okay, we won this game. We can substitute off Haaland, and I was like, 5 seconds after I said that, he got injured. that was very frustrating, but yeah. And I don't even blame Pep for that. Like, that was just plain unlucky. Like I've blamed Pep for a lot. I don't blame him for that. But yeah, I think our squad. I think if we put like I've gone through this already. I think with 240 million, I believe it was, we probably have a very good squad. And it's rumors that we're spending 300 million. So I'm excited for the summer. Let's hope we spend at least big money on one player to replace De Bruyne. It doesn't have to be words, like it doesn't have to be him. But that's the person I most prefer. On to another topic, talking about transfers again. Camavinga. That was something very random I saw. Camavinga to come into Man City to replace Ilkay Gundogan. I'll just say, and I'll leave you guys on this. No, go ahead.
Luke, you want to kick off?
Wait. So sorry. Joe, I think lost train of thought there. So is it about Gundogan? Yeah. Make sure before I carry on.
Yeah, Eduard Camavinga coming in to replace Gundogan. My answer is just no.
Cool. Camavinga for me, look, I love him as a player. I think he's brilliant. I think he'd be a great player for us if we get him. But the problem is, Camavinga's like a utility player. You play left back, midfield. We need a midfielder that can play midfield, not a midfielder left back DM. Because if you get at the Pep, play left back. Which look, I'm not against playing someone left back, but I want a midfielder that plays midfield. We need midfielders that play the 8.
Absolutely.
And look, it was Valverde. I'm fine with that. Although I don't play right back, but I'm fine with Valverde more than Camavinga. But I get with Pep, and he play right back or left back would be stupid. That's why we need to get full back as well. But for me, Camavinga and Gundogan, no, I want someone playing the 8, someone playing who plays the 8 as their only role.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, off topic now from Camavinga. Did you know that Yuma Ba is 18 years old? Like I've been watching this guy in La Liga when he still played for Valladolid. He's unreal for an 18-year-old centre back. Yesterday I was on stream. I was talking about Ba, and then I looked him up. He's 18 years old. He's playing ridiculous for Real Valladolid at 18. Now I don't know how he's played for Lens. I've not watched him at Lens.
Not the best, apparently. Not the best.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I'm getting a bit too excited, but he was unreal for Valladolid.
Give him time.
Yeah,
give him
absolutely.
Time.
Obviously, he grew up in he didn't grow up, but he came through there in Valladolid and had a bit more time there. So that, if we give him more time at Lens and then bring him into Man City, we have a lot of young normally centre backs don't play that well until they're in their 20s. That's what I'm saying. Like centre backs, especially, is a very experience-heavy position. So I'm almost more excited now for the Yuma Ba, knowing how young he is, already performing like that. Of course, we're going to have to give him time because centre back especially, I think centre back is the most experience-heavy position in football, which is why we often place our young centre backs on wing back on full back. Sorry. Do you guys think that Yuma Ba could come in next season back from loan and play for Man City? Let's say maybe 10 games in the Premier League. 10 games in the Premier League.
Not for me, mate. I'd rather give Vitor Hayes a chance over him. I think from what I'm hearing from Lens fans, that I've been trying to follow Lens, see what's going on with Yuma Ba.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't adapted very well. No, it doesn't mean he's crap. He hasn't started very well. I think you need to give that guy at least 2 seasons out on loan somewhere to develop. I'm not throwing him in the deep end right now. We need Kushnov's come in and done really, really well, apart from that first 5 minutes. Vitor Hayes, I only seen 2 games, but I'm quite impressed with what I'm seeing so far. Bit more time, I'm sure he'll get really good as well. I'd rather keep that. Obviously, I know Ake, Stones, and Akanji. I'd rather give Ake and Akanji 1 more season for a bit of experience, and let Stones look injury prone galore. Whereas Ake is, from what I could tell, it was only a injured bone in his foot they had to keep playing through. Now they've got it fixed. He's okay now, which is good. So hopefully next season, maybe 1 more year, give him a chance to sort of help out a bit more. One that bring him on. Yeah, I think, but I'd probably bring him 2026 rather than this season.
I think that's fair because I'm also thinking right now, and Husanov might be our right back, by the way. Like it's the way I'm seeing right now, Pep moving. I was thinking if Akanji leaves, you might have Husanov right back.
I just want right backs. All I want. I want fullbacks.
Yeah,
I am thinking the same.
Yeah,
I was thinking while you were speaking about Yuma Ba, I was thinking how can it work, and I was like, oh no. Then I realized Pep could bring Yuma Ba in for like right back or centre back and put Husanov right back. Hopefully not. I want a proper right back. I want a proper full back here, but
yeah,
that is something Pep will do, isn't it?
It's not unlike him, that's for sure.
From chat here, Camavinga is a Madrid reject. Never buy a Madrid reject. I'm not sure if Madrid reject is the right thing to say. He's played decent amounts this season, hasn't he?
Well, I've actually just had a look at him on Transfer Market. In terms of La Liga this season, he's only actually played 29% of the minutes for Real Madrid. But also, something that you could argue is a little bit more concerning is he's not the most injury-free player ever. He's gotten 3 injuries this season, missing just over 20 games. So, yeah, if you're going to sign him, it's going to be big money because Real Madrid will want to make a good profit off of him. And it's a worrying one as well because of the injury record.
You know what Madrid does so well? They're so good in moving on players at the right time. Mesut Özil, perfect time. James, what's his first name again? The guy who scored the bang in 2014.
James Rodriguez.
James Rodriguez, yes. They're Benzema as well. They know exactly when to move a player on.
Bale, Hazard, yeah.
Bale as well. I mean, Hazard was a bit of a blunder, let's be.
Hazard was a weird one. A weird one overall, Hazard. Because I feel sorry for him because it was just injuries ruined it.
I don't. He did not take care of himself.
I don't like him. Fair enough.
He did not take care of himself. If he took care of himself, he does not get that injury. That's the truth. And even if he did get that injury, it will not be as bad. That man got injured and didn't show up to his fucking therapy. Like, what? And then he's like, oh, why am I not playing for Madrid? Brother, you're taking the piss. You can do that at Chelsea. You can't do that at Madrid, bro. They will move you on. I'm about to go to Hazard rant again. No, I do not feel sorry for him whatsoever. He brought that upon himself, and he got replaced by Vinicius Jr. And then he was just a fucking, I don't know, hamburger eater. But yeah, they move on players very well.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Oh, so lemonade.
Lemonade. You got to be healthy. Got to be healthy.
Well, I've got water as well. Just lemonade as well. So I'm all good. I'm all good.
Got to get in protein.
Got to. No, I don't know. I think for me, right. I mean, especially if it comes to injury, I think this season, I think because obviously I had a chat with Bevo about this on my stream before for your stream yesterday. When it comes to players in the summer that we've got to move on, I think players like Stones, I'm probably thinking. Remember, he has one more year left on his deal. Not that he's done. I can't see him signing another deal. I think for me, it might be the case of maybe one more year here, and then it leaves on a free. Because I mean, how much realistically they get for him right now? Stones.
Not much, considering whoever does want to look at him will probably take into account the injury record. Oh, he's back.
I think Stones is about done, if I'm being honest. I think he's about done. I think this is his last season at City. Hello, Sanchez.
I think it should
talk
be.
About the title
who
yet.
does buy that injury record?
What is the title of this stream? Are we getting better? Oh yeah, we've not talked about that at all, have we?
Again, but not yet. I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced again, but I need more.
Same here, but I uploaded a video earlier. I'm actually uploading videos again. I was hell inactive for a while. Talking about the Nottingham Forest game, I guess we'll talk about that a bit now. My thing is here, we're looking at winning the FA Cup. I want to see, are we actually good? Before we talk about winning the FA Cup, I want to see us play against Forest, play well. I want us to have a bit of chest. I want to end this season looking like Man City. Nottingham Forest has had a good season by their standards. However, if we take Man City from last season, we will be on 61 points. That is 13 points more than Forest right now. I want to see us get back to that level. I'm not saying we have to be there tomorrow against Forest, but I want to see us climb up to that again by the end of the season. Because that's the only way we win the FA Cup, let's be honest. There are still some good teams left in the FA Cup. Teams who are hungry for a trophy. Teams who have not won trophies in a long time. Which, if Man City goes out, I mean, it's guaranteed that a small team wins the trophy then. I believe it's Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, and who do we play? Bournemouth?
Bournemouth, Villa and Preston.
Yeah, Bournemouth, Villa.
So, yeah.
Oh my days, imagine Preston win it. But that will be Wigan all over again.
Nah.
In fact, they're in the second division. They're in the second division already. Yeah, but there's still teams in there who want to win trophies. Aston Villa is a great example of a team who wants to win a trophy, and they've played us off the park last season. So, I mean, it was only 1-0. Should have been like 5-0, to be honest. But there are teams in there, and I can't say with confidence that we'll win these games in the FA Cup if we don't start showing that in the Premier League. I want to have chest going into the FA Cup. I want to see us play these teams off the park. Because Forest, respect to them, they've had a great season. By Man City standards, they are not good. By Man City standards, we are not good. We need to get back to the level where we can say, with chest, we're going to beat the third in the league, like we used to say. We don't do that right now. And that's honestly just... I think that shows more how much we've fallen, to be honest. But...
And for me as well, please play at Echeverri. Because from what I'm hearing in training, the guy has impressed everyone, even Pep. Do not leave him to play summer. If he's able to do it, substitute appearance here and there. Build it. Not saying start. Look, sub appearance off the bench, but
start him 5 goals.
Yeah, honestly, he's one of them players, right? That generally he's confident in himself. We need someone like that in his team. Imagine to say, right, Mamouche, get off the pitch. Let's try to get on, and then he does it. It's why I'm necessarily with Wirtz. I'm not too worried about that right now because I'd rather give him a chance to see what he can do because he's already good. He's already great for his age already. I'm not saying no to that, by the way. I'm just saying we've got a lot of 10s already. We've got to start using them.
So, Foden is more of an 8 than a 10, though, isn't he?
But you know what I mean? Like, we've got someone there. Don't just waste him just to get another guy in. Like, let's see if we can see how good he is. So, right, You know what? Verts,
Absolutely.
maybe another year. Give Kev one more year and give him a chance. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people are talking about Etcheverry right to win, but I don't want that.
No, in middle.
I want him
in
to
middle.
have,
In the middle.
I want him to play where he plays. Basically, I think it's a lot of people trying to compare him to Messi. Like, let me just tell you up front, he's no Messi. He is no Messi.
But no one will be there, mate. No one will be Messi.
So I'm just saying that, because people compared him to Messi already. He will never be Messi. No one will ever be Messi. Messi is Messi. You can't get to Messi levels. You can't get to Maradona levels. You can't get to Pele levels. They're their own players. So the people need to lay off on Etcheverry, I think, when comparing him to Messi. He can be a great player in his own regard without being Messi. Because he will never be Messi. He will never be that. And if he one day becomes better than Messi, which I don't think will ever happen, or even at the same level, then great. But he can't reach that level if he immediately gets pressured. Messi only reached the level he did because people were talking about Ronaldinho instead of him. You can't put too much pressure on these kids when they're like 18, 19 years old. No more midweek either. Yeah, that's true. We don't have midweek anymore.
Which is weird. I feel like I don't have to do the week anymore, but I get a break at least, so it's ups and downs. But it feels weird.
It's like Man City just stopped existing.
It felt so weird. I was like, we should be here, but we shouldn't be here. Like I said before, like I'm not necessarily missing it because at the end of the day, right? If we actually have got robbed of going through, I'll be even more annoyed. But we all know here that we deserve to go out anyway, even before Real Madrid. So it's not exactly a real like. It's more of a we don't deserve to be here. But the fact is, how crap everyone is in that competition. We should be at least. We could have won it. Could have won it if we had a better team.
I think Champions League, you don't even need to have a better team. Champions League, you get lucky, get past Real Madrid, play against Atletico Madrid. Like Atletico Madrid, respect to them, they're a good team. But if we get lucky, we could have beaten Atletico Madrid, I think. Then by the time you're in the quarterfinals, now in the quarterfinals, you should, by that point, Man City should be playing better again. You could scam a Champions League. You don't need to be the best team to win the Champions League. I think you just need to be the luckiest team sometimes. Like Liverpool wasn't the best team when they won it in Istanbul. But like great comeback, but they weren't the best team in Europe, were they? Madrid wasn't the best team in Europe when they won it in 2022. They weren't the best team in Europe then. Chelsea wasn't the best team in Europe when they won it the year before. Like you don't have to be the best team to win the Champions League.
No.
Hello, Arteta's Mighty Challengers. How are you? So, before we move on to the final topic, let's get some predictions here for Nottingham Forest. I think against Nottingham Forest, I think we'll probably play like Rico Lewis again right back, by the way, because But I mean, who else do we have, to be fair? But I mean, what could we really, by the way, do for that back four? To not play Rico Lewis as a right back? Not a lot, can we?
Right back's already screwed already. Like that's gonna have to hold up. Look, right back's kind of screwed now until May minimum. So you just gonna have to wait until then. Rico, I prefer over Nunes personally. At least actually played there before in his career. And I'm not saying he's perfect, by the way, but I trust him a lot more than Nunes. So I put him at right back. Kushnov, Diaz, Vardiol. That's it as a back line there. Midfield, I go with Nico, Cover, and Marmoush probably. And then, I mean, would you drop Foden with him? I'd drop him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has to earn his play.
I would. I'm not sure who I would play. I think I'd play either McAtee or I would play Marmoush midfield and then Doku. I'd do one of those two.
Gotta get Doku, man.
Yeah,
and Savini on the right as well.
It was that weird comment, wasn't it? I don't know who said it, but something like about Doku don't give me nightmares. Like that's a very weird thing to say as a pro. Like before you even play him.
Oh yeah, I know. Said it on like his Instagram, I think, or something like that. Someone asked if he's excited to play against Doku, and he said like, "Bro, he's giving me nightmares" or something like that.
Yeah, that's a very weird thing to say as a professional player. Put Doku up against him, But Doku Salvino, quick wingers as well.
Yeah.
My only concern is if we have Doku Salvino, then we need a bit more control in midfield. Let's say we have Kovacic, Nico Gonzalez, and then Omar Marmoush. Gonzalez is good for transitions. Maybe Kovacic can handle to control the midfield for 60 minutes. And then you have Omar Marmoush there up top. My problem is I don't think Kovacic can play a full 90. I think he can play very well for 60 minutes, but not a full 90.
But for me, I want to see Marmoush hold together consistently. Like Marmoush has played well, obviously against Newcastle, hat-trick obviously in the first half. But we've got to start seeing Marmoush and Haaland together a lot more. It can't just be Pep's got to start playing certain players in certain positions going forward. It can't just be constant rotation anymore. We've got the chance now to put together a strong team consistently. And that's probably what I do. Really, I start playing the actual consistent players from now on.
Yeah, I think we got to see Marmoush and Haaland a bit more from now on because, have they started together since the Newcastle game? Because I know Haaland got injured. Have they started since that?
Tottenham he did, but it was a bit.
My apologies for the words out there. I got called. My apologies. Right, so MCFC Connected does not have to apologize for timing you out on his own channel because it's his channel. You don't need a good reason to time someone out if it's your channel. Let's be honest. You can do what you like. I wasn't there. I don't know, but you can time anyone out. He doesn't need to apologize for that. It's his channel. Right. I'll give my final prediction for Nottingham Forest at 2-1 to Man City. I'll go 2-1 Man City. And that's with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
But I just want to give a Man City prediction to win for the once.
I think I'm going to...
Connect, can you give your prediction?
Got my Tottenham one right. I actually predicted a 1-0 win. Almost got it wrong.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
So I'm actually gonna go 1-0 again. I think this is gonna be a tight one. I think Forest are very good at, got a very strong defense. I think Murillo is doing very good for them this season.
Very good player.
And Aina is obviously having a good season for them too. So I think they're a good defensive unit, and as long as we can keep them out, nick a goal, 1-0. I think that's what it's going to look like. I think it could be 1-0 either way, but obviously I'm going to vote 1-0 City.
Dasilt just DM'd me on Discord. Oh my days, this is vile, Dasilt. Oh my days, I'm going to block you for that. Jesus Christ. Anyhow, Luke, what's your prediction? Jesus Christ.
2-1 City. Look, I want to believe that we can win 3 or 4, but I need to see it. I need to see the progression before I start saying, 3 or 4 again. Because at the end of the day, right, we done before, win 2 or 3 games, and suddenly we lose 2, then we draw 1. I want to start getting on a form. I at least want to see some good form for us this season. Win every game from now. Do it, because
absolutely.
To be at second FA Cup, I'll take it onto World Cup on next season.
I want to finish third, 1 point behind Arsenal, but with an FA Cup, take all trophyless, because that will piss them off when we say we had a better season than you, because they'll be like, we finished above you, but they didn't win a trophy.
I mean, PSV would fly absolutely disgraceful on Tuesday.
Absolutely. PSV crumbled. That was wild, by the way, what you sent me, Dusfield. Midstream as well. Why would you send me that? That is disgusting, bro. I can't lie. You've said some sus stuff, but now, bro, can't be sending me that, bro. So, on to the final topic. Fonseca, what is his name again? Fonseca? I can't pronounce it. Paulo Fonseca, whatever his name is pronounced. He got a 9-month ban after going absolutely wild on the referee. And my opinion is, good. That is absolutely based by League One. And we need to see a lot more of that from football. You want people to stop behaving like this, Okay, give them outrageous bans. He'll never do that again. He will never do that again. Now, if another manager does it, 9-month ban. All team managers will be silent as fuck on those touchlines. They'll stop doing this. They will stop doing this. That is how you get managers to shut up. That is the only way, in my opinion. Why is my audio so silent suddenly? You want players to stop diving. 9 months, well, maybe not a 9-month ban, but
Jesus Christ.
5-game ban. You dive in the box,
Yeah.
5-game ban.
Because it cuts it out, doesn't it? And I think for me, right, what he was doing, I'm more for a manager having their opinion and saying it after the game, whatever. But doing that, look, the referee might have made a mistake or whatever during the game, right? But you don't do that to them, man. That's just embarrassing for you and for everyone involved, because you've got a responsibility as a manager to obviously represent your club, and represent obviously the actual league as well, and also management in general. Going out like that, it's just it ain't needed at all. And once again, 9 months out now, so he's stuck now for 9 months out, and out of job now.
I'm having too much fun with chat here. So, Kodak, what's your opinion on that before I go off again?
Yeah, I think it was a weird one. I haven't actually seen a clip of it, but I think you guys are basically right. You know, you could almost argue that he's almost been made an example of, like to be shown. You guys speak to refs like this and think you're above the refs. You're gonna miss almost a year of football. You know, and that's the bottom line. You know, and yeah, look, I'm sure that guy's not happy about it, but he needs to keep his temper. You know, out of everyone in the dressing room, he's got to be the most calm and collective for at least the majority of the game, and not shouting in ref's face.
You know what it reminds me of? Michel Prudhomme, the ex-Club Brugge manager, who, I mean, that guy, he was a weird guy, let's be honest. Like, I love him. He got us back to being a big club, but he got a red card every 10th game. Like, literally, 1 in 10 games, he got a red card. Michel Prudhomme will be doing that if he got, like, a 9-month ban one time. Like, if you want these managers to calm down, there's only one way to do it, and that's going hard in with these bans. And there's a lot of people saying it's too harsh. But if you want it to stop, you can't be sorry for the manager, in my opinion. You have to be harsh.
Yeah, I agree. You know, they should be made an example of in this situation, because it isn't right. And you know, there isn't really much more on it. It's not right. They deserve punishing, and if a 9-month ban is what is deemed to be the deserved punishment for it, absolutely go for it.
By the way, he had to put it to referee after getting a red card, by the way, which is absolutely wild. Did you guys see the video?
No, I haven't seen the video for it. I only know that it happened.
Yeah, he had to put it to referee after getting a red card, and people are like, "Oh, that's harsh." Like, bro, he's lucky to say that's 9 months. If I'm being honest, like, I look back at oh god, what is his name? Oh, in the 1930s, there was like something with an Arsenal chairman. He got banned from football for life. Manager is lucky that didn't happen to him. Like, generally, you headbutt a referee after a game, you could be done in French football. You look at like the Italian league. Similar things have happened in the Italian league as well. Well, Italian league is corrupt, so let's be honest. Anyhow, to close off on. Do you want to see harsher punishments in the Premier League for diving?
Yes. For me, yeah. Because at the end of the day, right, penalties when they happen, like, look, VAR for me isn't the issue anyway. It never has been the issue. It's been the referees and the inconsistent rule changing, which is down to the officials' fault for doing it in the first place. The actual technology works perfectly fine. It can be a fantastic tool used properly by better by referees. But in terms of diving, that's on the players. The players, if the players go down by a touch and they've actually been fouled, fine. But don't roll around on the floor like you've been shot. Come on, man. Like, if it's like studs up, it's going to really hurt. I'm not going to give that at all. But the reality is, we want fair decisions and we want the right decisions to happen. Diving, all it does is causes more controversy. So for me, I start with a game or 2 game ban. But if you keep doing it, it gets more progressive.
Yeah, and have it decided. Like, I will not give a red card in the game itself, like unless you get like a second yellow, of course. But like, what I will do is like, okay, you get a yellow card for diving anyways. After the game, let it be reviewed if it's like a dive, and if it's considered to be a egregious dive, give a ban depending on how bad the dive is. Like Neymar will be out of a career, but let's be honest, he's at the clinic right now, so he's already out of a career. I just brought it up here because I like your shirt, Luke. By the way, what shirt are you wearing? It does look nice. It's that black shirt.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
I love that shirt. I love that shirt. Can we get Stephen Lewis on Blue Friday show every week? I don't think we can, because Blue Friday show is between 3 of us. I can always invite over a guest for 1 episode. That would be nice, I think. I've actually been thinking about having guests during the summer, because during the summer we'll have like less to talk about. So
what I'd say is I'm all for that, but just do that after the show a bit longer than just the 3 of us. Then do it. If I'm bringing guests in too early, it can get a little bit too packed. So at some point, no,
absolutely.
definitely.
I agree. I wasn't going to do that anyways until like talking with you 2 about it, but it was just something else thinking about it. Can it be between 4?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll discuss it.
I mean, it can be between 4, but the problem is the 3 of us have agreed to do this, and we have a group chat to get it on Twitter where we talk about how we're going to do this. We agree out together. So getting in another person is messy. Like, it's not easy to schedule these things, you know. But anyhow.
Also, with Steve, he's not a YouTuber. He obviously, he's a great guy. He goes on shows when he's invited on, but he's not a YouTuber. He's not as simple as getting someone on like that. You got
absolutely,
that, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think there need to be harsher punishments as well for diving, but on Man City, I hope we beat Nottingham Forest. If we draw, by the way, or lose, I'll see if we actually lose. But if we draw, I don't think it's be too bad, assuming we go on a good winning run in the next few games. Is everyone confident in getting top 4? I am.
I think we will, because 5th spot is more than likely going to be having Champions League football at this rate. I think we're at least going to get Champions League football. I think top 4 is extremely close at the moment, and it seems like it can turn just like that. So it's definitely something to watch. The top 4 is one of the most entertaining we've probably had in years. You know, the 6 points separating 10th and 3rd. You know, truly an insane race for it. So I think we get at least Champions League football.
Yeah. Luke, you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. This is going to be one of those games where I think if we can look, if it looks like a 1-0 win, I'm taking it, because
absolutely,
if we can get 3rd, that's a good. Say right, we're 3rd. Cool, right. Mm-hmm. Let's just keep winning after that. Because after that, I'll run after that. We've got Brighton, obviously. We've got I think, is it United after that? So we've got games coming up that are hard, but we should win more. The rest of the games that we've got, we should
win 7 out of 10.
So the reality is, go on a run, unbeaten run rest of the season. That's what I want to say.
Absolutely, I agree. And with that said, thank you both again for coming on as always. Like and subscribe to both of these guys. Luke is very close right now to actually hitting 1,000, which 1,000 is a big part because you can actually make money 10 cents, but it's money, guys.
Anything we'll do.
Anything we'll do, guys. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to me and these guys. We'll redirect you guys right now to a smaller channel, Arsenal Talks Football, or like Adam Talks Football, whatever his name is. So go subscribe to him, Alfred.